I love how the circle changes. And like I said, for some reason OBS is not keeping these settings. Either way, not gonna worry about it. Yeah, we're a little late. Again, I'm not really gonna worry about it because it's December. The idea is to get into a rhythm and to keep on vibing with it and keeping it cool. And and I'm gonna be honest, I am definitely like still just super stoked because um what is this? What is it? I will book it. Because let's see here. Let's get some glasses on. That's just doing that craziness. Goes there. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. That goes there. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Let's see here. We gotta do this, and then so I got the expenditure log kind of up and running, which is dope. And now, actually, what we need to do is we need to go to the fourth. Why is that not working? What the heck? That's really weird. What day is it? What is going on here? Because this ain't right. That was really weird. That is really weird. Okay, something odd just happened. Not exactly sure what's going on. But I will get to my fruit. None of this. That's really weird. That's fine. I just why and where did this get messed up? I just want to. That's just what I'm trying to figure out right now. Because that shouldn't be there. And like I said, it's like I said, I ain't mad about none of this. Um, because let's see here, because this was actually the point, is saying that here we have today's tasks. Investigate Philadelphia's venues. I want to start getting into the documentation for the DigiSnaxx. I need to go through and I need to write down what what certain things do for the digitools and other stuff. Also want to investigate time zones for the scrapers because now I'm dealing with Boston, Portland, Philadelphia, Chicago, so I'm dealing with at least three time zones, and I am gonna add Denver. So that's four time zones. Got to make sure that I'm accurate with that stuff. And then also looking to standardize the DigiSnax scrapers, make the templates, and investigate Chicago venues. And that's just kind of nice for Thursday, just to kind of close everything out. Um, and so that's the plan. And I do think that I want to figure out this protein shake thing right now. Yo, cause that's really weird. Cause there's that AM fruit. And like, so honestly, I'm deleting all this stuff. Yeah, that's getting deleted. And then here is this AM fruit. Nope. There we go. So this should register right here accurately now. Thank God it does. And then where do we got the shake skis? Okay, there we go. All right. And so now, so I don't know why we've got two of these on Tuesday. This is interesting. Yeah, because then I don't have one on Sunday. Cool. Now this finally should make sense on there, and it does. Cool. And yeah, so that may just be something with having to close out and restart Obsidian, which is good to know because also then the idea may be to do some sort of automatic reset or else like I've been talking elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that stuff out. I'm not gonna get overly concerned with all of it. What the hay bales else? All right, so I guess time zones is a pain in the butt. I think I'm gonna start with the documentation because that just seems the easiest to get started with. Um, and I think also, you know, so that's actually this is actually something that somebody taught me. It was really nice. It was really cool. Um, using a potato. Like I said, oh my goodness. Last night was wonderful. I went to a dance class and I'm getting out there in public more, which is really fantastic. This evening I'm gonna go to another event because I think that is my big deal, and that is the other thing that actually let's do this. Um, add adverts from IG Santa Elena and that I can call it snacks. And you want to know what? I need to get that done today. But I think that's the better thing to get done today. This, this I am going to investigate and we're going to take a look at next Monday. That's the best there. Um, and the rest of this stuff that I have here, I think, and I think, yep, let's push this to next week as well. I'm going to put this on the Tuesday because that'll give me an opportunity. Shucks. That will give me an opportunity to do some investigation, to reach on out, and this is some really solid stuff to get done today, which I'm really stoked for. That's fantastic. Ooh, I should take a look at this. How are we doing? Wow. Okay, so this did move, is what it is. And again, I guess that maybe I need to figure out because that image is staying where it's supposed to stay. So that's dopey dope. Um, I'm gonna turn this off because we don't need to be advertising all of that stuff. I'm looking at this. I kind of dig getting this stool. What y'all think? Um, and then so oh, this has been super dope too. Let's see here. Got this. This is up and running once again, which is very cool. And maybe oh, well that's not correct. but that's okay. We can. There's some. Okay, no, 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 no. Let's see here. So this is actually what it looks like right now. And I don't know why that image isn't loading. That's something that's kind of odd, but I got over it. Um, and then so I'm adding diversity inverted, which is fantastic. Got manifesting empathy. I need to fill in the content for that. So that's another thing that needs to get done. Maybe this afternoon I'll do that. Um, and so let's see here. What else? Rebel Coding 1 and 2.0. Super stoked for that. Also, updating the personal inventory, which again, super stoked to just like have all this wow. Because I got to add things like the crochet needles and the shaving kit. And so I'm really stoked to just again just be getting more and more organized. Um, that is the definite game plan. So, and then, which is really cool also, I moved all of these websites into one easy accessible folder. What were we talking about doing today? We were talking about making documentation for everything that's happening here. Um, and I guess that's where at some point in time, I guess where I'm just gonna sit down and start. All right, 1 second. We'll get there. We should probably put some music on too, right? And I suppose that let's see here. Oh wow, there really is just so much to do. I want to take these live videos and I want to embed them on the website, so that again it can just be one link for largely everything. And that's maybe the deal. Put it at dreamfreely.org. That's reasonable. I dig that. Um, wow. Again. Oh hey, how are you? It was a bug that just scurried across. So that is who I was talking to. And let's see here. Got this. It's great. And again, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain about anything. Let's take a look here. So this is what. Huh. Oh. So what's that? There we are. All right. I just drop that. We're good there. And now because this is definitely the stuff I gotta organize. And I need to learn about time zones here. And I can't have that time zone automatically set. So these are all um these are all methods to prepare. Um, Methods to get. This is the method to get the websites. Okay, wait. So let's do this. This is better. Actually, what's happening here? Because I need to look at these. Yeah. But this is where this is actually going down. So this actually is never even used. There we go. So this is get. Oh no. So this is getting the scraper name and the item count. Lovely. And then we are in. So this scraper name, item count, and the online calendar. Virtual calendar. For virtual events. Because that's something that we want to be able to pull in just in case any scraper that, as we look to the future, any scraper that we do have that may have an online component, we want to be able to designate that. And then I don't think this can pass. And I have to question whether I want to change DS event into event and why it is that I did that. I don't remember why I did that. I think I will keep these print statements here for the exceptions. Okay. Update scraper at the end of the scrape. Actually, so this is it. Because honestly, what we're doing is updating the item count of the scraper at the end of the scrape. That's essentially what we're doing. And then we're also giving it a date time of when it was last run. Okay, so now we are finally getting into get Selenium WebDriver. No. Get site for XPath travel. And what you'll see, or maybe you did see or you noticed, XPath is this utility that we use to navigate the web page and get the data that we're looking for. And that's what this does. Browser get sleep for 5 seconds just to give it time for the page to load. I may change that to 3. That's interesting. No, I'm going to keep it at 5. And then we HTML from string, we get this page source, return that as PS. Fantastic. See, but actually before that, what we need to do is we need to get the Selenium WebDriver. This is no longer needed. It may be needed for Mac. And I actually have this sitting in version control, so I'm actually going to delete it. Because I don't need it. I plan on running everything with Linux, focusing on Linux. I'm not interested in Windows, and I'm actually not really interested in Apple either. So that's where, again, I'm just going to roll with that. Later, I will maybe test getting this up and running with Firefox. Because also there's the idea of using a program called Phantom Vagrants. I'm not gonna lie. I want to yeah, that just feels a lot more comfortable to me. And personally, if y'all can't hear the music, that's all right. That's not something we're gonna immediately concern ourselves with. Not that I don't care, but we're gonna keep it moving. Because again, so here we go. There is the idea that this is able to run headless. And that's what this code does. And so if you saw when I would run the scrapers, I would do bash run scrapers.sh, and then I would put in the parameter of dev for Chrome, def for Firefox, or else production if it was going to be running headless. Which there are some scrapers that can be run headless, and it would work. I think it would work well. There are others not so much. That's is what it is. But that's what this is all doing. There we go. Fantastic. So now we're getting into all of this. Creating a dated URL. And then this is if we zero padded numbers. This is doing same thing, but we're not zero padding the numbers. Yep. And I'm not sure why I have this. This is something that maybe can get taken out. And that, I guess I'll take a look at later. Because I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between this and this right here. Maybe that's why. Not going to worry about it immediately. We'll see where we have the different implementations of it. That's where we can really take a look to understand. Okay. I'm questioning whether this is ever actually you. Because this one is the actual one to create the dated URL link. And we're making sure that the numbers get padded. This, oh, okay, no, because this is updating our month. Where are we getting ODT month from? Okay. That could maybe have, this could have some clarity.
Rain blows, rain blows. I'm petrified. My heart is beating so where you are.
This, nice. I dig that. That one.
Don't know what to tell you. Inside my
Yep. That's beautiful. We do need to make sure that we update it. All right. Create zero padding. This has no zero padding. That makes sense. That does make sense. Cool. Okay. This is create dated URL with dashes. All that we're doing. And maybe some of this stuff could get combined. And there could just be a parameter that gets sent in to differentiate whether it's a dash or a slash. That's an idea. Let's do that. That's fantastic. Okay, so update. What are we looking at? We are looking at update digitools, create URL, combine the dash and slash. Yo. And this is just, again, this is just what is so lovely and wonderful about, you want to know what? And let's plan to revisit this next Wednesday. That's where we put it far enough in the future. See, because this is, And see, and it just gets added right here. So I'm able to view this stuff, boom, right there at the bottom. This should work here. Come on. Something else. Ah, yes. There we go. Boom. There we go. That got cleaned up now, but again, because that is... We want to make sure that we've just got that resolved for the future, right? Boom. All right, cool. So, beautiful. Because later we can combine that. That's fantastic. Okay. Excellent. 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 Add calendar to event object. Yes. And again, I just don't. Yep. So this is again. I guess let's take a look at this here. So we've got our Django models, right? That's a bit much. We're good. And so here are the calendars. And again, all this stuff over here actually translates to here are our calendars. Again, super, super simple. But so let's go into here. Now we get into our events. And this is where things get more complete, shall we say. We have our title, we have the link. Find more, we've got our show date. This is our show day. I'm not, and this can very easily get cleaned up as well, I believe, but maybe not. No, this show day is, and maybe it can get cleaned up, need to look elsewhere, but this is what is allowing the search to happen by day. There's some issue with the date time that is interfering with that. That's also something to take a look at later. Let's make a note, shall we? Oh my goodness, because we can. Because we can. And this is where um uh event model, and then our question is show date time versus show day. And API config. So that's cool. This is probably something that's actually just, you want to know what? Forget about it. This is going all the way out to the 7th. This is next year's issue. It's a beautiful thing to say, ain't it? All right. Okay. So, like I said, so that's calendar. Let's take a look here. As we can see, we got scraper next. So let's take a look at this. You want to know what? And also, actually, while I'm at this, what's going on here? I think I want to do this. I want to see if this works. Alright, let's take a look at this. I'm interested. I'm interested. Take a look at this list right here. It didn't change. Oh, it's going by alphabet. Right. So either way, we got calendars. Here we have scrapers. This is where I talked about this. So the scraper was actually last run on December 1st. But it wasn't at 11 o'clock, so I also need to figure out what's happening with the date times here. We'll see. But here are items, new items, so on and so forth. That's super cool. Can go back, well, take a look at organizations. Maybe some of these have a website, some don't. All this stuff definitely needs to get updated. And here we have latitude and longitude. Super stoked. What else? As I said, we've got events here. And with events, see, this is where we say what calendar is this event attached to? What scraper is it attached to? What venue is it attached to? Then we have our options. Most of these are again live and direct, but here when we have the virtual calendar, and then also we have what we're saying how you prefer, which is where people have the option for both. Event type. This also maybe I want to put government into civic engagement. That's an idea. And then we have image link and flyer image. This is kind of looking this is some future forward stuff. Yep. So that is step by step. We'll consider keep it moving. So yeah, so let's take a look back at, I was gonna see if that worked, but that wasn't gonna work. We're looking at the models here. So here we have our scraper. And we're defining all of our fields, tags, organizations. And this is, we'll see. Oh, wow. Super stoked, super stoked. Because again, now we're going to keep on moving through here. This is where I'm saying, this is where we add the calendar to the event object. And maybe this isn't... Why? What is the difference of what's going on here? Okay. Because I feel like this thing... Any of this. Go away. Okay, so somewhere... So I want to clean this up too. And I don't know why it's doing that tuple stuff. So let's... versus add calendar. I guess we can just do this. Combine. That's easy enough. This also feels like I will review it. Yeah. That's fantastic. Okay. Next up. All right, cool. Finally, we are getting into this stuff, and this is cool. This is cool. Get what this is. Create a basic DigiSnaxx event. And notice how this is where we're using that get calendars. And we're using the plural version. Maybe extraneous. Because this is, like I said, this is getting our basic event. There are so many more details, but this is getting the basics. And that's because that's what we're focusing on right now. And I think I will keep this new event created. Well, actually, no. I just want this. Actually, put that right there. Fantastic. Yep. I can actually do that. That's a great delineation right there. Makes things much more obvious. I'm actually going to do the same thing right here. Because now this, if you take a look, we'll see it actually later. But these iCalendars. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. What the hay bales is going on there? This all needs to be replaced. Am I going to do that right now? I guess I am. Because it just gets replaced with this. Which is, again, just like so much easier to navigate. Boom. See, that's C's. They've already got it. Yep. Excellent. 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 So I guess we got one more here. So what this was doing is it was importing our Django package. Then we were essentially navigating 1, 2, 3, 4 folders on up. And then that is supposed to get us to a place where we would be able to access this config. Then we go into the Django folder. Then we go here into local. And then finally, using those settings, because we set them here as our operating system environment settings for Django settings module, then we run Django.setup so that we have Django running, and because of that, we can now access our events and everything else that goes into that. That is within the Django package. So we need to do that. And instead of doing all of that, I am just appending the direct path, and then I am grabbing, let's see here, this utility. And you're right, it's only got one method that's getting run, which is called get ready, and that takes care of everything, which is because again, the idea is to eventually move this maybe even into a Docker container. But either way, be able to have fluidity between development environments. Oh, that is the idea. We can close all this stuff out, I believe. Fantastic. And now, so this is, so like I said, so that is why this is creating our create iCal event. And we're still running the add calendars. Now this is where we are creating a more detailed event. This is for the first AV events mainly, because we're getting more details, but also actually, um, these need to be ready to be converted into JSON format. That's what's up with the details. Because if we take a look on over here, go to event, more details, and this is a JSON field, not a JSON B field, because I don't anticipate having too much information, but might change it into a JSON B field. Don't know. That means JSON binary, which means that we're having, and I need to make sure that, let's take a look here. Django, JSON B, and SQLite. Take a look at that. Wow. Oh, this is crazy. Um, yeah, because this is exactly what it's done. So we need to do is we need to go into Python. We need to make sure that this that the JSON field in general is actually just going to work. And then we need to make sure, I didn't know any of this stuff. It's really kind of cool. Fantastic to know. So this is the other reason that I'm now using this new terminal, because it is so much easier to copy and paste. Boom, 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 boom. Excellent. Okay, so that's beautiful. If it doesn't throw any errors, then we're good. Okay, so here's the other thing that I did as well. I know, like, I just be on some crazy stuff. No, no. And then I want this right? Boom. And then this is Django. JSON flag. Boom. Oh my goodness. And then take a look at this. Let me just do this. And then I just do shell. And that's it. And then this is, and then I can just do boom. Boom. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So again, the other idea is that eventually, well, not eventually, but be able to just have access to all this information and have access for others. Because a lot of this stuff I think are going to be similar problems that people can run into when building a similar program. All right, what else is happening? I think, oh, that's the other thing. There we go. That's over here. So we're good with this. Roll back and put that there. Honestly, this, no. Archive method. All right. Okay. What's going on here is that these are basically filtering or processing an event that comes from the iCal. And apparently there are two different ways to process these. That's why we have these. And it gets into what's happening with the event. Date and timestamp, I feel, is the issue. But this is the one that's getting used. Create iCal event. Not create clean iCal. Let's see here. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. So we'll go take a look at those later. Um, uh, Review. Versus which one? This is also gonna be made into a next year issue. Yeah, that's... Oh, crap. Beautiful. I like this idea. I want to do some solid research on this, and we're going to review on Thursday. Alright, cool. I'm not going to worry about that much more. Okay, so this is all just... Yeah. Because these are the only calendars that it's being used with. So they need to get investigated. Oh. Maybe. Why in the world? Oh. Yeah, that doesn't make a ton of sense, but we'll figure it out. Because again, if it's using Google Calendar, it should all be able to use the same process. And I don't know why it wouldn't be able to. Something happened. This does need to get cleaned up, but wait up, are these? This isn't even getting used. This is one being used by all of them. Alright, cool. That makes complete sense. Oh yeah, because this isn't even being used. That might eventually get deleted. Fantastic. This is the only one that, and this might not even be getting used. It's only getting used there. Let's create basic eye caliber. Oh, good point. I just want to take a look here. I am cool. Okay, yeah. Because all we're doing is getting the events, and then we're just creating a basic event. That is the trick. And this is what's making it more complicated, which is just fine. It's unnecessary. But that's where, okay, we can clean that up. All right. Let's see here. Update df and use digital. Boom. This we'll take a look at next Monday. That we're cool with. Because I'm gonna say that yeah, this ain't necessary no more, which is this is why we're cleaning this stuff up. I'm super stoked for it. Cause yeah, just cleaner code. Much cleaner code. And yeah, I could add some more documentation to this, but I'm not gonna stress myself on that right now because it's Thursday. Oh, good Lord.